just now. 20 is the only allowance that has been granted so far this morning since the airspace over this country was, quote, sanitized, close quote. They were originally diverted to Canada, but the latest update is 22 inbound flights from overseas locales will be allowed to land in this country.
Worried about
physically able you are to
buildings, pair of buildings, as it crumbled to dust, and it is still burning, it is still on fire. Untold numbers of people are dead, untold numbers of people are trapped. The rescue effort is going to go on for days, perhaps weeks. Again, imagine the mindset of these people who were at the base of the building there, watching what they thought was nothing more than a fire. Nobody knew at this point that these buildings were going to collapse. I might bring into the conversation Howard Safer, the former chief of police, police commissioner here in New York City, also fire commissioner as well. Mr. Safer, nobody ever thought the World Trade Center would fall. I mean, that's what the terrorists tried to do back in 1993, and they weren't even close to being successful.
That's true, and even the engineer who designed the Trade Center told me it was designed to withstand a commercial airliner attack. Obviously, that's not correct, but this is incomprehensible and just the kind of thing that, although we plan for every kind of terrorist attack, this is overwhelming for the emergency services in New York, which are some of the best in the world.
Let's look at the bigger picture. I mean, everybody wants to know who did this, but it's going to take some time, isn't it?
It is. I mean, this is obviously, and you know, it's not that it's time to worry about the people who are hurt and injured, but this is obviously an intelligence failure. We're going to have to figure out not only why we didn't have the intelligence, but we have to figure out how these hijackers were able to breach airport security and what we have to do to fix that.
It could be something relatively simple. If you wanted to, I mean, I have boarded airplanes before with my pocket knife, a 3 or 4 inch blade. That can be a lethal weapon, and nobody has ever stopped me. There are limits on what kind of a knife you can take on board, but a couple of trained terrorists, trained in hand-to-hand combat, could easily get into a cockpit and commandeer a plane.
Well, that is true. Also, the quality of personnel is very important. The technology is very important. And most importantly, the way you prevent terrorism is through intelligence.
There is a second United Airlines flight, the Boeing 767, Flight 175, bound from Boston to Los Angeles, has crashed. The airline's still telling us at this point that they do not know where. We don't have information on the number of people aboard. It is possible, but not confirmed, that this would have been the second plane to hit the World Trade Center. Now again, 2 United Airlines flights, and in addition to American Airlines flights, the Flight 11 from Boston to Los Angeles, this was a Boeing 767 with 81 passengers on board, 9 crew members, 2 pilots. This is believed to be one of the planes that crashed into the World Trade Center. All 4 of these planes that we're describing to you now, these flights, all headed to California. The second American Airlines Flight 77, this is a Boeing 757, left Dulles Airport near Washington on its way to Los Angeles. It had 58 passengers on board, 4 crew, 2 pilots. This plane unaccounted for. However, a commercial jet was seen crashing into the Pentagon a few hours ago, and it is believed that this could have been the one, but again, not confirmed. So 2 commercial airliners, American Airlines, 2 United Airlines. And I would just add at this point, because to be reassuring to some extent to those of you who are watching, we've been reporting that all flights within the United States have been canceled. There's been a complete hold down on all commercial travel. However, there were planes that were already in the air when these terrible incidents took place this morning. And as of a few moments ago, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, was reporting that there were still 50 aircraft in the skies. Now, some of those may have landed in the last few minutes, but that was the information as of a few minutes ago. All of them were said to be within 50 or so miles of their destination. Now, I'm getting new information in my ear. Now, reporting, our congressional correspondent Kate Snow. You're looking at a picture of the Pentagon Live. There's still smoke billowing out of our military command center in the United States. As we look at these pictures, I'm going to turn it over right now to our congressional correspondent Kate Snow, who has with her 2 members of Congress. Kate.